final haul in Alaska. We've done everything so far. We're going to use the Derry Longhorn because we've actually managed to hit high enough rank to unlock it. Make sure we have the high saddle. And we need to get the coiled tubing semi-trailer, which is located all the way over in Pedro Bay. So, let's see if we can make that happen. Should be interesting. All the roads are opened up. All the other contracts are complete. Nothing is left hanging. All the pipelines are fixed. So why not? So now just to get over there. And it's probably easier to get from where we are here in Northport through Mountain River. It's basically a straight shot. Northport right to Pedro Bay. Instead of coming up from all the way across the map in White Valley, so we can do this. It may be interesting trying to haul it with this Longhorn 4520. Some of the other trucks seem better suited for hauling massive cargo. Like the P16 is good. It doesn't have four-wheel drive like some of the other big haulers, but it actually does a very good job of just methodically plodding along through mud, through snow. But I did notice with the P16, if you're hauling one of the larger pieces of cargo across the map, you actually have to be very careful because you don't have four-wheel drive, and the front end will tend to wander as it sort of gets pushed around. The Derry Longhorn here, the 4520, is a little twitchy with the larger cargo loads because it has such a tight turning radius. These things have rear steer, which is awesome. Any other trailer, if you're hauling a fifth wheel, you can go around anywhere. You can go into one of the service plazas and spin a U-turn and head right back out without having to back up or cut wide and loop back around. When you're turning, the truck will be 90 degrees to the trailer, and it's actually fairly impressive. And this thing's a absolute bear off-road because it's got that tight turning radius, because you can get it down areas that you wouldn't normally be able to get a longer truck and trailer setup down. It does a fantastic job. It's got decent power, shifting down through low range and everything. It's got some fairly adequate ground clearance. And once it gets cruising right along, it's a pretty quick truck, even with the off-road gearbox. So, don't want that tunnel. I'm gonna head this way. Plus, it's got kind of a cool exhaust note when you let off the throttle and you lean back into it. Ooh. These guardrails are absolutely the bane of my existence. And definitely going to be running chain tires out here too. The icy road conditions make it kind of interesting, which is unusual that the P16 does as good as it does with only having an option for basically mud tires. And mud tires are not good on pavement, and nothing but chain tires are good on ice. The weird thing about this game is it's empty. It's completely devoid of any and all life. The only thing you'll see is maybe some birds circling in the distance, but that's about it. But the scenery is incredible. It's a great game to look at, and it's not exactly on the caliber of something like Red Dead Redemption 2, which I think sets the bar for a living, breathing world. But that's just my opinion. Most other games with this much just landscape detail, they kind of suffer a little bit. I mean, think Skyrim. What is Skyrim? You get too close to the trees and they look like they're made of paper mache. And then you hop into a game like Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's a lush, vibrant, breathing, living world that you just happen to have the luck to kind of stroll through. And I guess you get to treat it as your playground. Also, nice thing about this truck is when it is not hauling a giant load, the fuel economy is actually halfway decent. But that doesn't mean we won't stop for fuel, because Pedro Bay has no fuel stops, although once you get to the service plaza at the other end of the map where the trailer is, they do have a fuel trailer that you can top off from, which is kind of nice. You know, their way of saying thank you for hauling this massive trailer of, I think, what, coiled wire? What is it called? So we need the coiled tubing semi-trailer. So whatever coiled tubing is. Coiled tubing could have even been that thing in the briefcase. And John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson opened. But you never know. Could have also been a glowing Royale with cheese. Also, the only annoying thing with the map transfers, it completely resets your vehicle. So parking brake is off, headlights are off, all-wheel drive is off. So it's going to be interesting actually coming through this particular section because of how pitched the roadway is. But, I guess we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it. Also, I find it annoying how most of the time when you start off to do a contract, especially something as involved as this one is, and most of the time it's dark. Anytime you try to go do something, it's always in the dark. It's like they want to increase the difficulty level as much as possible. Not that it really makes a difference on anything, and yes, I know I can just hop into the menu, advance the time, and then it's morning, so it's not dark, but what's the sense in that? We'll keep it fun. Not that driving around in the dark, in the freezing cold, snow falling, ice, rocks, and like driving through, apparently the Rapture is effectively all I could figure out has happened. You know, yeah, that other than that, it's fun, am I right? Oops, where did I go? Oh, that was a rock. Couldn't see that rock. Nice thing about this map is all we have to do is keep going straight. Because I had mentioned earlier, we had done all the contracts, we had done all the tasks to actually open the map up. Which meant all those ridiculous downed pipelines across the roads are now not there. So I can get from point A to point B fairly easily. Shift into low plus. Plod right along so it doesn't try to hunt for a gear up and down. This truck also does get a little bit funny when it's on ice, and sometimes you actually do have to lock the differential in. Just because of how the wheels are slipping. But then it comes to a bright screaming reminder when you're on a harder surface that you have to unlock the differential. The differential lock is a huge benefit when you are on those trails in the mud, going up and over different elevation changes, and you find yourself with the front end of the truck or the rear end of the truck overhanging, and just the wheels are spinning. Well, that's going to be an interesting corner to go around too, so we'll see how that works out. This truck with the big trailers does handle longer sweeping curves better, just because of the turning characteristics and where the hitch is located. It's kind of in a funny spot on this thing. It's a lot further forward, or at least the high saddle is anyways. Looks like somebody's truck there. Alright. I think we're getting close. Out of the two maps so far, I definitely feel like Alaska has been more fun than Michigan. Although I hear Russia just got its final map opened today. I have to double check that. I have not moved any of my trucks to Russia or tried any of the content there, but all of the trucks I should be able to purchase that I can purchase because I'm ranked 27, I think? Yeah, I'm ranked 27. But while some of the upgrade parts do carry over, there is a lot of stuff I have left to find. And there's a trophy attached directly to getting all of the upgrade parts in Russia. And the interesting thing about that is there is a trophy attached to Russia if you do a certain number of missions with a particular American truck. So I might as well do that one. Granted, I probably should have read more into the trophies, but there's also a corresponding trophy for doing a bunch of missions in Alaska with a Russian truck. And the rumor is the Russian trucks are significantly more powerful, but I like this one. It's pretty cool. And there's the fuel tanker I had mentioned, which I've already tapped off of multiple times. So we will top off. And now it's time to get this bad boy. The coiled tubing. All right. Get myself aligned properly. I do wish the backup lights were better, or at least you had the option for some kind of work light. I do see the little beacons rotating. That's kind of funny. I bought them, put them on this thing, but didn't know that they would do anything. Okay, so attach trailer. Boom! Here we go. Alright, so let's see what kind of view we get. Alright, so it's not terrible. I still want to be able to see the front of my truck and the roadway coming up. Okay. I tend not to tow large trailers like this outside of low plus, because you don't want to go too fast, because then you get yourself into trouble. Let's see how we negotiate this corner. Yeah, let's see, we're already riding up on the... I don't want to get too close to the guardrail, because the guardrail is the devil. Alright, here we go. So it took us just shy of 19 minutes to get here, which isn't terrible. And that's the nice thing. Alaska has a lot of roads that you can effectively get around the maps with, and it does make doing some of the missions a lot easier. Well, missions, contracts, tasks, whatever. It does make some of those contracts and tasks a lot easier, but some of the roadways do stay closed until you start really progressing through the contracts. Looks like I'm going to bottom out on that damn thing. So, yeah, apparently this trailer is really tall. There is stuff that hangs above. let's press forward, shall we? I like how all you can see is just the roof marker, roof fog lights. That's what they are. You see just the lights. Funny thing about those lights, they actually seem to make a significant difference in the amount of light the front of your truck throws off when your headlights are on. So I think when I pull such a large trailer, I kind of have to dive further into the corner and cut it harder at the end instead of following the natural arc of the corner. It's such a weird truck to drive, but it's infinitely better than the twin steer, which is just an abomination of a vehicle. I'm sure it has its purpose and its use. I think I've only managed to effectively use it for 1 or 2 missions, and that's when I didn't want to hook up a trailer to anything that was infinitely more capable. Twin steer, rear differential lock, no 4-wheel drive, impossibly high center of gravity. And then go ahead and throw the big tires and raise the suspension on it. Let's see. Ooh. How's this gonna do? Alright, let's go slow. Let's kind of hug this edge here. And just watch what this does. I have no idea what the tipping point on this particular trailer is. Whether it's going to roll us over super easy, or whether it's going to roll us over fairly difficult. Let's not find out. Let's just keep on plugging. This truck has done fairly good with the previous few large trailers, including the off-road sections or just non-pavement sections. And if all it's going to be is just a slow crawl with a giant trailer, not that I'm asking for more difficulty. This game certainly has a very steep learning curve because of how little it actually tells you when you're playing it. It leaves you to figure out so much stuff. There is no hand-holding, that's for sure. Alright, so we had good luck hugging this side. So let's go over here. Oh, alright. Just cruising right along, I guess. No, there's no giant trailer behind me. We're just kind of making momentum. Actually, the last trailer I did haul, when we got to Mountain River, it actually bottomed out on several occasions, going up the hill and transferring to a more flat roadway surface. So I actually had to winch and pull the entire damn thing to make it over the section that I couldn't drag the trailer directly up. live a little, shift it up into high gear. And then we'll get ourselves in some real trouble. But that's snow, so we'll go back down to low. And there's some rocks. Don't be cocky. Yep. So we're getting close because the tunnel indicator just popped up. Yeah. On the icy roads, pop on the diff lock and the thing just instantly grabs traction. Also, it's terrible when these larger rocks get stuck underneath your trailer. Now we have traction on pavement, we have to shut the diff lock off. And there's no way to get rid of the rocks. It's either drive over them or attempt to avoid them somehow. Okay. So if we were ever to fall through the ice in this game, it would be here with this trailer. I don't think there is any issue with the idea of falling through the ice, although it would be a very fun game mechanic if we did. I would enjoy it. But now we come up to this section of road that we were talking about earlier. And yeah, let's see how this is gonna do now. So just, you know, focus on where we gotta go, right? Just keep going, plugging along. Don't worry about the way that the load is tilting in the background. Just kinda let's see if we ride the edge here. What's this gonna do for us? Maybe we can maintain grip right here. Yep. Okay, let's ride that edge. Going. And survey says map transition. Alright. Whew. Okay, now to get it into the correct factory location. Mountain River. Old Man River? Isn't that a song? I have no idea. Okay, so we have to go to a factory, and it's around one of those corners. Okay. Fuel station right at top. We got this. We can do this. Yeah. Shouldn't be terrible. Okay, park and brake. Start the truck. Don't forget to shift it into low gear and not just stomp the pedal when it's in automatic. Actually, shift it down a gear. Yeah, that's ice. Because it's always a fun sensation when the entire truck is pushed along by the massive trailer that is behind you. There's a very large trailer that we are making progress with. Although it looks cool to drive like this, we're going to focus on where we're going, not where we've been. Alright, and let's see. We need that corner, which is, of course, one of the corners that we hung up on with the last large trailer. And I could always pull into the gas station, then loop around to have more of a straight shot to go down But let's live dangerously and just hook the corner. Also, let's see if we're going to get hung up on it. Okay. Well, it's as good a time as any. Alright. Oh, right in the edge, right in the edge. Nope, 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 nope. Right there. Just gonna ride the edge of the guardrail. I think we're stuck. Okay. How about four-wheel drive and diff lock? Yank it. Oop. That's shaking. Oh, I think we're freeing it up, though. I don't know. Yeah, you know, when in doubt, just apply brute force to it. 8 wheels. Just crank right along. That's fine. Oh yeah, don't forget to take off diff lock. Let's just idle down. Of course they do. Of course they do. Alright. Does it clear? It clears enough. Okay. Is this our factory drop-off location? I believe it is. And this, if we can get it in here and we don't do something drastically stupid, will be the final large piece of equipment that we've moved through Alaska. Oh. Okay. There's probably some dude in that little shack. Well, actually there would be some dude in that shack coming out, checking my credentials if the rapture didn't happen and I am the only trucker left in Alaska, if not the world. Well, no, we already know that there's nobody in Michigan. So yeah, the rapture happened. Everybody's gone. And there we go. Cargo delivery. I wish our guys from logistics were at least half as good as you. Thanks for the hard work. And now we will watch our guy enthusiastically beat upon the steering wheel to engage the horn. Three blasts from the horns, and that shall signal Ragnarok. Asgard will let loose its fallen warriors from the halls of Valhalla. Hell's armies will spill forth, and the Jotun will come from Jotunheim. But technically it's not a horn that sounds, it's 3 different roosters that crow. But that's neither here nor there. So that was that. Last pull. And now it's time to move on to Russia. Oh, hey, look at that little board. Let's see if we can't... Yeah, look at that. Look at that little board. Flip-flop back and forth every blast of the horn. It's possessed. Alright, that's comical. Okay. We did it. That one was actually fairly easy, all things considered. There are far more difficult ones, and it would be significantly more of an issue if the landscape itself wasn't clear. Okay, so we can recover back to White Valley. Although I don't know why it defaults me back to White Valley, because I did come out of the other garage that's on this map. So, retain that. Let's go look at our map. So we're all done there. Regional progress all checked off. Alaska, all the regional progress done. And now it's time for Taymyr, Russia. Although it only has 3 maps, I believe... Oh, it's the 4th map that's coming with the big content patch that they're going to roll out with for free soon. They did a patch for bugs on the consoles for... What was it? Island Lake. There were some huge issues with Island Lake that were causing consoles to constantly crash. And the latest patch today was made so that the consoles are a little bit more stable. Alright. So this is Russia. Let's see what Russia has to offer. Back to the garage. And I like the little blurb they throw down in the lower left-hand corner. In just the last few years, Class 8 truck sales have risen 45%. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Truckers spend more than 240 nights away from their home each year. And technically truckers are one of the lifebloods of any civil society. Well, you know, it can be an uncivil society too. We did say, you know, Mad Max, and there was truckers there, and they were hauling fuel and cargo and whatnot. Oh, actually, truck store. Let's see what we can buy. We don't have a ton of cash, so I'm going to recover some stuff first. These are some weird vehicles. The Russian trucks are very strange, but I'll give it a shot either way. The Dawn. I did pick up a Con 39 Marshall as some DLC stuff. Those are cool. 59-inch mud tires. Let's check this bad boy out. Okay. Yeah, that's a rather large vehicle. But the big question is, okay, that only has access to a high saddle. So with a high saddle, you can only get the trailer that has 3 cargo slots. So you can't really appreciably take all of the cargo that you would need to. But it does have a regular pintle hitch. So you can haul the regular trailers. So that works. We have no engines. Of course, we have the advanced special gearbox, which we unlocked a lot of. There's no suspension options, and there's very few tire options. And it apparently looks like they're all centered around mud. Because apparently that's what Russia is all about in this game. Voron. Let's see what this one is. Okay, that's kind of cool looking. And it kind of does look like something out of Mad Max. The interesting thing, too, is when you really consider truck design and how it evolved, you see our trucks here, our Internationals, Mack trucks, Peterbilts, all that stuff. And then you look at a country like Russia, which for the longest time was fairly cut off from everything else, and their overall shape and design. Okay, so a lot of these trucks are okay, always on all-wheel drive and diff lock. But what can we get for frame add-ons? Okay, that's nice. So the van body, the flatbed. The flatbed is the key, I think. Fuel tank, loading crane. That loading crane, it adds a lot of weight to the truck. A significant amount of weight. But it actually, this truck doesn't get the giant crane. which is interesting. A lot of the stateside trucks get to mount the... Oh yeah, this one doesn't have it either. So... Okay, this thing's ridiculous. Frame add-ons. High saddle. That's it. So who can haul the crane? And it's strange, the cab design looks like, you know, it's got the rounded features of an old International. Loading crane. Okay. So these guys, where is... How about this one? Let's find out what this one has. Seismic vibrator. Haven't needed one of those yet. Loading crane. Where does... Okay, so that's a heavy. Okay, there's the big crane. Okay, wait a minute. That's a hell of a... Let's back out of that. Huh. So the drive shaft... Wow. So the drive shaft is mounted really high on this vehicle. With the splitter right there. Man, what a weird setup. We have to explore the world to unlock that truck. So that will be a truck that we can get for free. And it actually looks like something kind of cool. So we're not going to buy one of the trucks right now. Let's find out what is around here. So why not get as glaringly American as we can and roll around Taymyr, Russia in a Hummer H2, which has none of the DNA of a Hummer, but all of the American bravado of such vehicle. Thank you, General Motors. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll watch the animation and detail load in. Okay. No, actually, I am not a drug lord. I'm just the last man left in the world after the rapture happened, and I just happened upon a Hummer H2 stuck in a bog, thank you very much. Although, that said, I should probably put the mud tires on as opposed to the chain tires. Yeah, let's go throw some mud tires on the Hummer. Okay. Because it's not like we don't have enough cash. 39s, no. Oh, yeah. Because when General Motors produced the Hummer, they couldn't be normal and put a regular off-the-shelf tire size on. They had to use 36-inch, very specialized tire size for the H2 Hummer, which you can't get anymore. They're next to impossible to get. Okay, so mud tires. 35s. Go big or go home, right? 39s. We get a lift kit. Boom. And then just because we're cheap human beings, we'll sell the mud tires. Okay. Alright, now we'll leave the garage. Now that we've got effectively tractor tires on our Hummer here. Always turn your headlights on, because then you don't have to remember to turn your headlights on when you're wondering why the hell it's so damn dark. Alright. First thing that's different. The architecture is different. This looks drab and depressing. And now it's raining. So why not? Okay. So we'll roll out here. We're like a shanty town, I think. What the hell is this place? It's either that or this is one of those nuclear bomb test sites, and there's cardboard cutout people inside each of these houses, and we're going to see a mushroom cloud pretty soon. Funny thing about this game, the resolution or the screen size sometimes overlaps certain TVs. So you can't see on the right hand side that you need to hold in the L1 and then hit the square to engage your all-wheel drive. And at one point in time, a particular individual I know completely forgot that he needed to engage four-wheel drive and couldn't figure out why he couldn't get from point A to point B. Oh wow. So the watchtowers, there's only 3 of them. Where are we gonna go? So I think I can get through down there, but let's head up the road the other way. Kind of waiting for mutated wasteland cannibals to kind of pop out of one of these shacks at me. And now it's really raining. This is interesting. Oh, what the hell is this? Alright, well, our first objective, drowned oil tanker. I'm guessing that that is, in fact, the drowned oil tanker. Drowned oil tanker, what do we say? An off-road truck is recommended. Holy crap. So that's going to go all the way over there. So we won't be doing that in the Hummer at the moment. And because the Hummer is a scout vehicle, or a scout classified vehicle, we're just going to go for a leisurely stroll through the wasteland of the post-apocalyptic rapture. There are no animals in post-apocalyptic rapture. They've apparently all been raptured too. So I believe when the rapture happens, excuse me, everybody ascends and they leave behind all of their earthly goods and whatnots. So there's just a whole bunch of empty clothes all over the place. Does that carry over to animals? Do they leave their fur behind? Is there a little rabbit in the middle of the road? Just its skin? Like this is some Hannibal Lecter level kind of crap going on? Yeah, see? Birds. The only thing that's here is birds. And I'm probably going to take a stab in the dark and say that they're vultures. Waiting for the lone survivor, which is the goofy bastard you see here inside the truck, his head bobbing back and forth. They're waiting for him to get out of the truck. That's all they're waiting to do. And everybody saw that scene in Resident Evil. In the desert. With all the crows, the infected crows. The only way you're going to survive the zombie outbreak is if you're Mila Jovovich. I'm just gonna keep driving my big American V8 all over this blasted, bombed-out landscape here. Not that there's really, like, a bombed-out landscape. It's nice to think about. Not that bombs are nice to think about. There's way too many video games getting mashed up here. Oh, what's that over there? Holy mud pit. Whoa. Okay, so... Oh, that's... Oh, we gotta turn on the four-wheel drive. Yeah. This is a lot of mud. And if this is how we're gonna be progressing through this particular zone... Oh, we have a sign. Although it did look like, oh, I don't know, maybe somebody was buried over there. Oh, what does that sign say? It would just be terrifying if it said Daddy on it. Okay, so it is a sign pointing us in the direction of a language we can't understand. So there is something in this direction, whatever it is in this direction. It probably could say, dead people this way. And me being the dumb American in my giant V8 monster, I'm just gonna go tooling around. Because why not? Oh, that's... Whoa. We are to the doors! Okay, this is kind of funny. Oh, this is soup. This is interesting. This is going to add a whole new layer this time around. Okay. So if we saw the wheels back and forth, or let's winch off of... And I don't typically enjoy using... The winch, it has its purposes. But I kind of feel like it's almost cheating a little bit. Oh, no, we can't do that. So we'll just kind of... But you know what? I'm an opportunist. Alright. So let's get some... This is like... Ooh. Alaska wasn't like this. Michigan wasn't like this. This is going to be a fun map. This is going to be a lot of fun on this map. I don't even know where I'm going. Not that it really matters, because I'm just kind of poking around the map at the moment. A lot of maps, like in Michigan and Alaska, are set up so that you have a number of tasks to complete. But to complete those tasks, you need to use paths and roadways that are blocked off. So you need to repair those paths and those roadways before you can complete your tasks. So basically adding to the amount of things that you have to do. Although it's nice that this isn't like World of Warcraft, where it's like, I don't know, 10 murderous ostrich beaks. Bring them back to some guy in the middle of the Barrens. Yeah, no more Barrens, chat. It's gone. It's a thing of the past, people. Oh. Well, that's also a water crossing right there, which looks like fun, but hey, we're not going to really give that a shot right now, I think. So we're going to keep... Actually, there's a watchtower that way. Let's keep heading towards that watchtower. Let's see if we can even get to that watchtower. Okay. If it stays rainy and muddy like this, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. I'm guessing that's also another street sign up ahead, which is going to tell me, like, things I can't decipher because I don't speak whatever language that's supposed to be written in. Yeah, we don't know what that says. Another hour of exploration. Okay. Alright, we're going to keep progressing in this general direction. I think it's... Am I heading in the right direction? Yeah, okay. We'll go this way. And yet again another sign. I have no idea what it says. Huh. What's that? I have no idea. Let's investigate and maybe get stuck in the process. Well, doesn't look like anything we can winch to. Yeah, so it's nothing. I kind of feel like I'm sinking as I'm just sitting here. It's going to be interesting to see where they've hidden all of these other vehicles and how difficult they are going to be to recover. Alright, there we go. Forward momentum again. It almost feels like this would be a great setup for an episode of the Grand Tour. Oh, there's the watchtower. Alright, so... Stop following that one. So if we go up... So the watchtower is right there. Let's see if we can't make it. I am impressed at how this Hummer is actually going through some of this muck right now. It wasn't the best vehicle in Alaska, but I did recover it in Alaska. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. How the hell? Screw it. Let's go this way. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, I could always roll down the hill with nothing to winch off of. Sit there like a turtle on my back. Unable to flip over. Stuck. Seatbelt jammed. No sharp object to cut myself loose. Unable to call for help because it's the Rapture. And everybody's been raptured. And then you're there. And that's it. Stuck inside your big dumb SUV, slowly starving to death. All because you went up a hill and then you rolled over backwards. Reverse. Let's go this way. Let's see if we can't get it. Growly V8. There we go. Boom! Alright. Uncover the watchtower. Uncovered a crapload of stuff and an upgrade location. Drowned truck discovered. Look at that. So okay, let's stop the engine because we don't want to waste fuel. Not that it matters. Off the cliff. Lost in the rocks. That's a sawmill. Fallen bricks. Saving country bread. Lost in the rocks factory. There's a trailer there. Swimming and sinking. Drowned truck. Oh! And an upgrade part. Aquatic. Lost light trailer. Saving country bread. Okay. Alright. Well, you know what? I know where I'm going. So let's get creative. And use some damn waypoints. Because they're not completely useless. Alright. So let's follow those waypoints. And the first thing to do is get back down to the bottom of the mountain. I hate how it changes the camera angle forcefully at times. Okay. Alright, back down the mountain. Or hill, elevation rise. We don't discriminate here. What is a mountain to some is only a minor inconvenience to others. Those others have mud tires and 39-inch tires. Suspension lift, winch, and a big American V8. Okay, and now I'm very curious as to what this truck is out there and what this upgrade part might be out there. Direction. Through the mud. Twisting, turning through the never. It would also be absolutely hilarious if I ran out of fuel with the upgrade part in sight. Not that that hasn't happened before. Feet from a watchtower. Inches from an upgrade part. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good times. Yeah, the Hummers are actually pretty good through here. And it's useful because it actually holds about another 80 liters of fuel in its various racks and storage compartments. It's got repair points on board. And it also has tires if you pop a tire. Although I've been fairly lucky in that I've only popped probably 2 tires in the entire game, and they've been on rocks in some of the larger trucks, like the Cat CT 680 or the International Paystar 2070. Not that it's a big deal, it doesn't really do anything, just makes the handle a little bit funnier. Although there is another trophy for driving a fairly long period or distance with all tires flat. Okay, so the upgrade part is out there. And then the truck's over there. So tell you what, let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, let's keep heading down this trail. Maybe the other side will get a little bit closer, because I'm not sure how I feel about crossing that. Okay, this is kind of cool. I like the atmosphere. This is very, very much middle of nowhere vibe. Like, even Alaska feels like it has much more going on. And granted, it does, because you're bringing parts to oil drilling facilities. But this is kind of cool. I kind of dig this. Alright, so that's the drowned truck there. Let's go investigate. Mow down a couple of trees while we're at it. Okay. I wonder if this is a truck that we just have to... Oh. What do we got going on here? Mud. Okay, there we go. Show task. 2 weeks ago, a truck was found abandoned in the water. No one has come to collect it, and the waiting period has expired, so it's officially mine. Please get it repaired and refueled as soon as possible. Okay. Drowned truck. What do we do for that one? Drowned truck. So we have to restore it. That's a Voron. Okay. Let us see. Whoa. That was weird. Stop the engine. Okay. Repair. 150 repair points. The Voron needs 620 and all 6 wheels. Okay, I won't be doing this with this particular truck, but let's see if I can kinda... I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to pull this thing out, because the Hummer, being a scout vehicle, not super powerful with the winch. Yeah. Not being... Well, it's got a decent amount of grunt to it, but it's probably not even going to budge this thing. Attach winch to the back. Right there. Yeah, dangerous water level, of course. Yeah, that thing's just gonna dig in while it tries to... So let's go... Oh, headlights, see? Forgot to turn the headlights on. You don't turn the headlights on as soon as you park, pull out, do something. You always forget. But let's go investigate that upgrade part. Although now we know what we have to do to get at least one of those trucks. Okay, and where's the upgrade part? So the upgrade part... Okay, so let's go left. So we're definitely going to bring a bigger truck out this way. Shut off the diff lock. Something with a repair trailer or a repair body equipped on it. So here's the fun part. Driving through the trees in this gets to be kind of interesting because you can't really find a good route as you're... The Hummer is small enough so that I might be able to actually find... Oh. Alright, poke through there. So we go this way. Alright. Oh. Upgrade notification. Oh yeah, okay. Here we are. Get upgrade. Raise suspension for the Tuz 166. Okay. We've got one watchtower. We've uncovered one upgrade part. We found where one drowned truck is. We have made it about 2/3 of the way across the map. So, tell you what. We'll recover to the garage. We're going to get some bigger equipment. And that's my go-to rig right there. But we'll figure out what we're going to use. Although, I'm hungry. And I think it's a good time to break for some food. So I might just be back in a bit.